Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. So I welcome all students once again for the session 4 of Professional Ethics and Indian Constitution. Just we'll recap the things what you discussed in the last class. In the last class, you discussed two topics, that is work ethics and service learning. Yes, that these are the two topics what you discussed in the last class. And the contents what we're going to discuss today are, yes, we are going to discuss about the virtues. So what do you mean by virtues? And there may be different types of virtues and all we'll be discussing in today's class. That's fine. Yes. So what do you mean by virtues? Virtues are positive and preferred values. Good deeds, what do you call? All good values or positive values. Telling the truth, helping others, helping your parents, helping your friends, helping anybody, doing some any good action. Yes, giving a glass of water. Yes, giving a pen to somebody. Whatever it was, small deed, it's a good deed there. So we call that as a virtues. Virtues are positive and preferred values. Everyone will prefer good values, no? Nobody wants to tell lies or nobody wants to steal somebody. So that's all bad values there. So virtues are nothing but the positive and preferred values, what you call it. Virtues are desirable attitudes or character traits, motives, and emotions that enable us to be successful and to act in ways that our highest potential. What they are all attitudes or habits. Like you come to the college, you want to study and score good percentage and get a good job. Yes, or you want to do higher studies, whatever it is, you have got some aim. Yes, that is what aim called. So good habits, what is your good attitude or habits? Coming to the college, attending your classes, appearing for exams and studying hard and getting good results then. So these are all good habits, what do you call that? Yes, or preferred values. Nobody wants to fail. Anybody wants to fail in the exam? No, nobody will like to fail in the exam, but some will fail. That is different because it differs from individual to individual, what do you call. All are of the same, all are of the same, what do you call, you don't have all the same skills. The individual or the what do you call, the intelligence, it varies from individual to individual. Some will score 90%, some will score 60%, and so on. So all have got different abilities are there. So based on that, it depends on the individual. So nobody wants to fail, but still some will fail. Is that like that? Everyone wants to score good marks and everyone wants to get a good job there. So everyone will not get the job in the same company. It differs from company to company. Salary is varied. Why? Because of your talent, that's or skills and so on. Yes, that is what we call virtues. What we call. Then they energize and enable us to pursue the ideals that we have adopted. They help you to what do you call, energize, and they want to, like, they are nothing but the ideal values, what do you call that? Yes, that we have adopted. So you have come to the company, join the company. Yes, you need to work there. So you need to go regularly. So you may say that I'll work one day and I'll not go for office for 4 days. Will the employer or the company will give the salary? No, will not give you. So you want to work continuously. You have to go regularly, whatever it is. It may be for 5 days a week, or maybe 6 days a week, or even it may be sometimes more than 12 hours. That depends on the situation. You cannot say that my office hours is 9 to 5. I'll not work after 5. No, sometimes situations make you to work after 5 also, or after 10 also, whatever it is. Yes. So what are those? The examples are honesty. Yes, you should be honest. Yes. Courage. Yes, courageous. Be bold enough. Yes. Compassion. Yes, compassion. Yes, generous. Fidelity. Integrity. Fair. Yes, transparent or transparency. Self-control and prudence are all example of virtues, good qualities. Yes, positive attitudes. They're all the positive attitudes. What are the examples? Honesty, telling the truth, courage. What do you call courage? Yes. Then what do you call compassion, generosity, fidelity, integrity, fairness, transparent, justice for all, fair. Don't bias, help doing partiality. Yes, that is wrong. You can call transparent. Whatever you're doing, it should known to everybody. Be transparent. Control, self-control, control yourself, and prudence are all the examples of virtues. They are all positive and preferred value. Everyone wants to be honest. Everyone wants to be courage. Everyone wants to be generous. These are all good values. They are called as the virtues. Is it clear? So they are all virtues. Examples for virtues. Again, there are different types of virtues are there. So we are going to discuss the different types of virtues. The first one is civic virtues. What do you mean by the civic virtues? What do you call? Civic virtues are the moral duties and rights as a citizen of the village or village of the country or an integral part of the society and environment. The fundamental rights of our country or a state or a place or area, whatever our duties, they are called as the civic virtues, like keeping our area clean. We are staying in a particular area, whichever colony or whichever area we are there, cross water. So we need to keep our campus clean or the area clean. Don't throw garbage here and there, throwing the garbage into the next neighbor's house. So these are all wrong things. Protecting the property of the government, not destroying the street lights, not destroying the roads, then keeping the buses clean, not damaging the property of buses, all lights, maintenance of lights, garden, park, all government properties. Yes, they comes under civic virtues, what we call. Civic virtues are the moral duties and rights as a citizen of the village or the country or an integral part of the society and environment. We need to pay the taxes. Yeah? Road taxes. When you're purchasing a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, we pay the road taxes. When you purchase a house, we pay the taxes. For every house or a land, we need to pay the tax. Yes, we need to pay the tax. We're using the current bill, we need to pay the bill. We're using the water bill, we need to pay. They're all responsible. If we are using it, and you cannot say that I'm not going to pay water bill, I'm not going to pay power bill or Bescom bill, something like that. So they're all wrong. They're all responsibility. Yes, they're all the properties of the government. Government is providing you. We should protect them. Yes. An individual may exhibit civic virtues by voting. So when elections elections are there, you need to vote. Voting is your fundamental right. Volunteering, doing some forming a group or association, doing some social activities, volunteering, and organizing welfare groups and meetings there. You form some associations or you form some groups and so on, and do some activities in your area, or it may be in what you can call a college. Like for example, NSS is National Service Scheme. It's one of the where you can become a volunteer. You can become a member of a cadet of a NCC, what call something like that, or a small association. A group of members form the association, and they work for the apartments, or they work for your colony or your cross or something. Or layout something. They are responsible for maintaining the campus clean, what you call. So what are the duties there? Examples: to pay taxes to the local government and state in time properly. So you need to pay the tax, house tax. So there is some schedule. Usually in the month of April and May, you need to pay the taxes for your house. You say, why you should pay in April and May? I'll pay whenever you want. That is wrong. You may pay it whenever you want, but again, for that, you need to pay a fine for that. Yes. Then to keep the surroundings clean and green. Yes. Now we are very precautious about the environment, the green and clean environment, what we call. So avoid polluted things and so on there. Yes, we try to avoid it. Sound pollution, air pollution, whatever it may be there. Yes, plastics, especially plastics, is creating a havoc. So try to avoid using plastics. So by this we can keep our environment clean and green. So to keep the surroundings clean and green, what we call that. Yes, yes. The next. So those are the two: to pay taxes to the local government and state, and to keep the surroundings clean and green. Next. What are those are the next other duties are there? What are the duties there? Not to pollute the water, land and air by following hygiene and proper garbage disposal. Don't throw your waste in the water or the rivers or the ponds and make it dirty. And usually in the rivers and all, what we are doing, so we are especially the industries are located near the rivers, and all the waste of the industries are being sent to the what you can call rivers, which are making the water polluted there. Yes, and hence so many animals or birds, they are being killed there due to by drinking of those poisonous chemicals, hazardous chemicals. The water is getting polluted, what you call. So we should not do it. Disposing garbage, disposing chemicals, disposing waste of your factories or something should not be disposed to the water. For example, not to burn wood. See, burning of wood is creating a pollution. Tires, plastic materials, spitting in the open. Even not to smoke in the open or public places, and not to cause to the public or some of the civic duties. So they are all the duties of our what you can call. They are all the duties what you call. What are the duties? Not to pollute the water, land and air by following hygiene and proper garbage disposal. We should not burn the wood, burning tires, burning leaves of the trees, burning the waste. We usually burn the waste, all the waste. So that is all spitting in the open places, spitting in the corridors or spitting in the corners, especially in the buildings. So you may see so many we are going to spit in the corners of every building there. So that is wrong, and not to cause any loss to the public are some of the civic duties. And also to follow the road safety rules, signals. Yes, we don't follow, we cut the signals when you are traveling in a two-wheeler or four-wheeler. What we do, we don't follow the signals. When the red light is there, we need to stop, but we don't stop, simply we go away. That will create a accidents. That is nothing but we are doing wrong. We should follow all the rules. Drive a two-wheeler or four-wheeler with the license. If you don't have a license, don't drive it. That's what we call. So crossing of the roads only at the what you can call zebra crossing, yes, and so on. So you should follow all the road safety rules, what you call. Yes. So they are all the duties of what you call civic virtues. They are the duties. Yes. Next, now what are the rights of civic virtues? You got some duties and also you got some rights. Are that? What are the rights of civic virtues? To vote the local or state government whenever the elections are there. If you are a eligible voter, so now you are not voters. So the students or the individual who have attained the age of 18, they are eligible to vote. So now you are not eligible, but those who are 18, you are eligible. So if you have got a voter ID, you have got, it's your right to vote for a particular government, maybe local government or state government or a gram panchayat or central government. Whenever the elections are there, you have got a fundamental right to vote there. Next is to contest in the elections to the local or state government. So even you can participate in the election. You can become a mayor of a BBMP. You can become a member of Legislative Assembly. You can become a member of parliament, and even you can become a prime minister or president also. There is no restriction. Any common man can become any what do you call member there. Yes, fine. To seek a public welfare facility such as a school, hospital, or a community hall, or transport or communication facility for the residents. What is that? Like, suppose you can ask, suppose you have created a new area. Suppose there is no bus stop. These buses are not available. You can put a request to the like here BMTC to arrange a bus for a particular area. Suppose there is no school, you can ask the government to set up a school. Or suppose if there is no hospital, you can ask the government to set up a hospital or community hall, samudaya bhavan, what you call. Yes, something like that. Or communication facility, internet is not there, or a telephone tower is not there. A park, you can ask them to set up a park, or you can ask them to set up a school, something, whatever required for the welfare of the society. Some entertainment park or anything, whatever it may be there, whatever is required for the people of the particular area, you can ask the government to set up that. Yes, these are all your fundamental rights. You should give a requisition and you should follow it up. Then they may arrange a bus for your area, whatever it is. That is, in that way you can get the facilities, or these are all your civic virtues, what you call. These are the rights what you should do: to vote the local or state government, or to contest in the elections, or to seek public welfare facilities, a hospital or a school or community hall or transportation or communication facility for the residents. So these are the civic virtues, what you call. Yes. Then again, some other rights are there. What are those? Next, to establish a green and safe environment, pollution free, corruption free, and to follow ethical principles. What are the next? Some more rights are there. Yes, to green, you should keep your environment safe and green, what you call. Burning of wood, throwing of plastics, avoid usage of plastics, all those things there. Yes, avoid it. And sound free, pollution free, corruption free. Yes, and to follow ethical principles. Corruption, the corruption is a very bad practice that is being existing in our society. Try to avoid corruption there. Yes, fine. People are said to have the rights to breathe in fresh air by not allowing smoking in public. So now we cannot smoke in the public places also there. It is banned. Smoking is a ban there. So even people are, so it is our fundamental right to breathe fresh air there. Nobody can pollute that air there. It is illegal, what you call. It's a ban. Next, people have inalienable right to accept or reject a project in the area. Suppose you can reject a particular area. Suppose it's a residential area, and some company proprietor has come and they want to set up a industry, for example. That industry is creating some chemical hazards, what you call. It's a chemical industry, for example. Now what happens? So if the chemical industry set up that, it may create a pollution there. So you can oppose it there. So you got right to reject a particular, or you can reject a project, or you can oppose a particular project. a small other industry which may not create any pollution, sound pollution or air pollution, then you can accept it. That is the rights of the people to approve it or to disapprove it. So these are the rights of the, these are called as the civic virtues. One has the right to seek legal remedy in this respect through public interest petition, PIL, what you call public interest petition. You can put a petition whether it may be rejected or they may be accepted. You can oppose a particular project. So these are the civic virtues. So these are the 5 rights what we have discussed there. To vote the local or state government, to contest in the elections, to seek public welfare, such as you want to have a school, hospital, or a community hall, or transportation or communication facility. Then to establish a green and safe environment, pollution free, corruption free, and we need to follow ethical principles. Yes. Then people have inalienable right to accept or reject a project in the area. Yes. So these are the, what do you call the, we classify them under virtues. Civic virtues are the good values or the preferred values, what you call them. It's fine. Next. Next. Again, virtues are divided into 4 categories, they can call them. Civic knowledge, civic restraint, self-restraint, self-assertion, and self-reliance. Yes. Virtues we classify into 4 categories. So we'll be discussing this one by one. What do you mean by civic knowledge, self-restraint, self-assertion, and self-reliance, what you call it. It's fine. It's fine. Citizens, first one, under civic virtues, civic knowledge, what do you call it? What is that? Citizen must understand what the constitution says about how the government is working and what the government is supposed to do and what not to do. Yes, what is the responsibility of the government? What is our constitution, Indian constitution? What does it say? It gives it says what are the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, what is the work of the government, and what is the what the government has to do and what the government has not to do. Now the government is doing so much of work. You can see during this pandemic, they're providing the vaccinations, providing the oxygen, or providing the beds for the patients and all. It's a responsibility of the government. Government is doing things. So these are all the responsibility during the pandemic. Even in the normal case, the government has got some responsibility. What it is doing, what it should do, and what it should not do. Yes. So citizens must understand what the constitution says, yes, and about what the government is working, how the government is working, and what the government is supposed to do, and what it has to do, and what it should not do. Next, this comes under civic. We are discussing under civic virtues, civic knowledge, what you call. Next, we must understand the basis of our responsibilities as besides duties and rights. So we know whatever our duties and whatever our rights. In addition to that, we should also be a responsible citizen. That not only you are demanding your rights, I want to vote, I want to give a school, you give a free scholarship, so and so and so on. That no. So when you are demanding for the rights and you know what it is, also you be a responsible citizen. That yes, don't destroy the public property and so on. Yes, fine. We must be able to recognize when the government or another citizen infringes upon our rights. Sometimes the government may try to infringe our rights, sir. Yes, for example, they may not provide some scholarship, for example, or they may not providing reservation for a particular community. So such things happen, sir. So we should be able to recognize that. Yes, fine. Then it implies that government requires the participation of the enlightened citizen to serve and survive. So we should, or you can call the people with what you call intelligent citizens or enlightened citizen should participate in the formation of in the working of the government. So only government cannot work. With the government, there should be so many people, intelligent or enlightened citizens, so to serve and survive. They also should give the suggestions. Like for example, we are having Infosys Chairman Narayan Murthy, or Wipro Chairman Azim Premji, or we are having Ambani. So they will give some suggestion. They're all industrialists, or they're all experienced people or senior people with enlightened knowledge. So they may give some suggestions for the government. Or we are having Indian Institute of Science, the doctors, or they'll give the suggestion in the case of pandemic, what to be done and what not to be done. It's like that. So they should give information or help the government in functioning that. Yes. Next, the second type. The previous one was the first one, civic knowledge. The second one is self-restraint. What do you mean by self-restraint? You can call it. For citizens to live in a free society with limited government, each citizen must be able to control or restrain himself, control himself. That our country is a free democratic republic, you can call it. It's a free society. But with limited government, each citizen must be able to control or restrain himself. Yes, it should be everyone. Like for example, our country is hugely populated. Everyone cannot get a government job then. So a few will be getting a government job. Yes, like that. So we should control yourself. Yes, able to control or restrain himself. Then. Otherwise, we would need a police state that is dictatorial or government to maintain safety and order. If you don't follow democratic rules, then what happen? We need require a dictator. We can call a dictator is required. Like as we had Hitler. Hitler was a famous dictator. He was a one-man army. There were no. It was everyone was what you can call. They were not independent. They were not free. Whatever he has to say, everyone has to obey. He was a dictator. So there were no independent rules at all. Like it was a military rule, what you can call. That was the dictator. He was a very famous dictator, what you call. Very harsh also he was, like that. So to maintain law and order, we require dictator. Otherwise, it's fine. If you don't follow the government rules, independent government is here. If you don't follow it, then a dictator will come and rule you, can call, to maintain safety and order. Then he advocated for morality and declared that happiness is achieved and sustained through virtues and morals. So if you follow all these virtues, positive attitudes or good attitudes, then definitely we can live with the happiness. If we don't follow good deeds, then naturally we'll be in a trouble. Yes, mentally or trouble, mentally tortured. If you do, for example, if you steal something or if you kill somebody, if you're doing wrong deeds, will you be happy? No, it is. You'll not be happy. You'll be tortured, mentally tortured. Yes, I've done something wrong. It will be always torturing you. And one or the other day, you'll be caught if you're stealing or if you're a thief or something, doing bad deeds. Yes, something. If you are killing somebody, you're murdering somebody, 1, 2, or 3 times you may not be. You may be escaped. At least for the 4th time, you'll be caught by the police or by the law, whatever. So always do or follow good virtues or follow virtues of the positive attitude so that you can live happily. Yes. He advocated and demonstrated self-restraint several times in his private and public life, and naturally was a great leader. What you call this? Fine. So with the, when you follow the rules and regulations, definitely we can live well in the private life as well as the public life. And some of the examples like Gandhiji was a great leader. Then Nehru was a great leader. What you can, so many leaders are there. You can see like that. So if they follow good deeds or virtues, then he can become a great leader also. That is what you call self-restraint. Control yourself. If you don't control, so you'll be a loser. What you call. Next, third, what you can call it about civic virtues is what is that? Self-assertion. What do you mean by self-assertion? Self-assertion means that the citizen must be proud of their rights and have the courage to stand up in public and defend their rights. Suppose, for example, what is that? The fundamental right is education, right to education. Somebody will not allow you to go to school, for example. Yes. So then that is wrong. You can oppose it. Right to speak in any language. Yes. Right to education, right to speak in any language. Freedom of speech, you can call. Yes. Right to vote. For example, you are eligible voter and you are not allowed to vote. Then you can oppose it. And that's what. So you should assert it. Self-assertion means that citizens must be proud of their rights. We should be proud of what of the rights like right to education, freedom of speech, or right to vote, and so on. And have the courage to stand up in public and defend their rights, whatever. Sometimes a government may usurp the very rights that it was created to protect. Sometimes the government may change some policies, but you should oppose it. If it is wrong, or if it is if it is not in the interest of the public, then you should oppose it. Like, for example, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish that government. Example, voting rights, rights call back and all. Sometime what you can call, so the government may try to take the voting rights, but it is not possible. So you should oppose it. Yes. So in such case, you can dissolve that government. You remove that government itself. What you call. That is what. So that is what you call self-assertion. Is it clear? And next, self-reliance. What do you mean by self-reliance? self-reliance. Citizens who cannot provide for themselves will need a large government to take care of them. See, for example, there are so many hospitals are there, every private as well as government. So there is a different government hospital and everyone cannot afford private hospitals because the cost of the fees is very high. So government is providing hospitals where it is the medical facilities are very free or minimum charges are there. So government is providing all such things that everyone cannot afford what you call go to the private hospitals. So it is the responsibility of the government to provide government schools, government hospitals. For example, government schools, the education is free. Whereas private schools, they charge lakhs of rupees, which every common man cannot provide afford it. So it's a responsibility, or you can call some citizens who cannot afford it. So for them, government has to take care of them. Yes, government is providing schools, government is providing hostels, community hostels or PGs. PG hostels are there, community based are there. Yes, or residential schools are there. So it is the responsibility of the government. Hospitals is providing, community halls are there, Samudaya Bhavan. Yes, all such things. It is a responsibility of the government to provide it. That once citizens become dependent on government for their basic needs, the people are no longer in a position to demand that government act within the confines of the constitution. So, for example, the government is providing you some what do you call facilities in the schools. They are giving free meals. Some material, milk is being provided, or egg is being provided, or for example, Indira canteen, which is there. So, which they are providing the lunch or the breakfast at the minimum rate, 10 rupees subsidized rate. Why? That is for the helping for the common man, what you call it. Yes, fine. Self-reliant citizens are free citizens in the sense that they are not dependent on others for their basic needs. So self-reliant means they are not dependent on anybody. What you call, they are free citizens, what you call, are free citizens in the sense that they are not dependent on others for their basic needs. Yes, they are independent, what you call. Yes, fine. That is about the self-reliance. Some other points are there. What is that? They do not need a larger provider government which has the potential to become an oppressive government to meet those needs. They are independent. They are not dependent on the government. They can go for private schools. Yes, they can meet their own demands in whatever may be there. Private hospitals or private companies and so on. Only a strong self-reliant citizenry will be able to enjoy fully the blessings of liberty, what do you call it. If such people are there, self-reliant citizens are there, then what you can call, you can enjoy, or you can, what you can call, your country will also grow, what you can call. Will be able to enjoy fully the blessings of liberty, what you call. Yes. Then these civic virtues applicable to local, state and central governments nourish freedom and civil liberty at the root of democracy. What you call. All these are the civic virtues are applicable for all the government, whether it is a local village panchayat or gram panchayat or taluk panchayat or state government or the central government. So this will, all these are the civic virtues, what you call them. Yes, fine. So these are the topics what we need to discuss today. Just we'll recap the things and you can go through it once again. Right from the beginning, we'll discuss the things. What are the things? First, somebody can you read it? What do you mean by virtues? Somebody, I want somebody to read these points.
Virtues are positive and preferred values. Virtues are desirable attitudes or character traits, motives, and emotions that enable us to be successful and to act in ways that our highest potential.
Yeah, so
They
but
energize
the
and
attitude,
enable
character values is fine. Yes, examples for virtues. Read it. Honesty.
honesty,
Yeah.
honesty, courage, compassion, generosity, fidelity, integrity, fairness, transparency, self-control, and prudence. All are the examples of virtues.
Examples for the virtues. So these are virtues are nothing but the preferred values, what you call them. Yes, next. Again, the virtues are there. We classify one, well, the first one we call them civic virtues. Civic virtues are the moral duties and rights as a citizen of the village or the country or an integral part of the society and environment, what you call that. Yes. So what are the duties there? So like by voting, volunteering and organizing self welfare groups and meetings, what you call. So what are the duties? The duties are to pay the taxes to the local government and state government. Yes. in proper at the proper time, what you call it, is to keep the surroundings clean and green there. Next, some other duties are we should not pollute the water, land and air by following hygiene and proper garbage disposal. We should not burn the wood, tires, plastics, and avoid smoking in the open places. Yes, and these are the some of the duties. And also we should follow the road safety rules, what you call them. Yes. Then what are the rights? The rights are to vote the local or state government, to contest in the election of either local government or the state government or central government. Yes, so we can seek a public welfare facility for your area, like you want to have a school or a hospital or a community hall or any transport facility and so on. That you can, these are the rights. Then again, to establish a green and safe environment, is pollution free, corruption free, and follow ethical principles. Yes, so it is the right of everybody to breathe a fresh air. So hence smoking is totally banned, what you call that. Yes, people may accept a particular project or reject a particular project in an area depending on the pros and cons of the particular project, what you call that. So these are the rights of the civic virtues. Then the civic virtues are classified into 4 categories. Which are those? Can somebody tell me? Read those.
Civic knowledge, self-respect,
Somebody.
self-assertion, reliance.
Civic knowledge, self-restraint, self-assertion, and self-reliance, what you call. Yes. Then, so what do you mean by self? First one is civic virtues. What do you mean by civic virtues? Civic virtues, what do you call, you should know what the government is doing, what it has to do, and what it should not do. And we should understand our basic duties and rights, what you call. Yes. So we should able to recognize what the government, or when sometimes government is trying to prevent our rights, what you call, or infringes upon our rights. Yes. Then we should what do you call, the government requires the involvement of the public also. That is enlightened citizen to serve and survive, what do you call that. Yes. Next, self-restraint. So self-restraint means what? So the citizens to live in a free, with limited government, each citizen must be able to control or restrain himself. There, we to protect ourselves, what you can call, if you don't be self-restrained, there can be a dictator, what you can call that. Yes, like that. So what you can call, these virtues will help you to the self-restraint will achieve. The virtues will help you to be live successfully and happily, what you can call that. Yes, fine. Next is we had, then for self-restraint, citizen to live this self-restraint, yes, self-assertion, that citizen must be proud of their rights and have the courage to stand up in public and defend their rights. You should know what are your rights and what are your duties there, and you should be a responsible citizen there. Yes, so then you should be able to identify the pros and cons of what do you call, the project, and try to protect it there. Yes, then it is right of the people to alter or abolish the government, what do you call that. Next is self-reliance. So you need not be dependent on the government. You can be independent and you can start up your own industries. You need not depend on the government schools. You know, did not depend on the government public facilities, or maybe hospitals or school. You can set up your own schools or colleges or hospitals and so on. By this you can improve, you can develop your country also, and hence you can be a self-reliance, what you call it. Yes, fine. Then you need not depend on the everything for the government. Yes, so this will help the government, what you can call, it will improve the government then. So these are the civic virtues, what are applicable for all. These are civic virtues what which are applicable for all the governments, whatever it is. It may be a local government or a state government or a central government, what you call. So these are the 4 types of virtues: self-reliance, self-assertion, and self-reliance. The last one was self-reliance, what you call. Yes, so these are the things we need to discuss for the today's class. So if you got any doubts, you can ask me there. Yes, you need to, you are asking for the textbook. I will just share it after the class. I will share you the textbook also. Yes, and if you want PPT also, I will share it shortly after the class. Any other things? Are you following the things? Are you understanding?
sir.
Are you understanding or no?
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
following the things? Yes,
I
fine.
understand.
Okay. Then we shall stop the class. We'll wind up the class. Yes, fine.